Joe Zekas and Joe Askins from YoChicago. We're in the office of Mark Segal, who's the president and CEO of the Habitat Company. Pat FitzGerald, who's an architect who's been involved in a number of the CHA plans I sat with several years ago. He referred to the one-third low income, one-third moderate income, one-third market rate projects as, quote, a daring experiment, unquote, and said the jury is still out on them. Given Habitat's huge experience in mixed income projects, A, was it a daring experiment? And B, is the jury still out?
I think it was a daring experiment. I think it was a necessary experiment that needed to be undertaken. I think, we just celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Plan for Transformation, and the CHA and some other stakeholders in the city convened a symposium on the Plan for Transformation, not as a celebration of what we've achieved, but as a reflection upon what has happened, the lessons that we've learned, and how to move the Plan for Transformation forward. And I think the most visible thing that people have seen is the way we've transformed communities around the city of Chicago. You no longer see the canyons created by the high-rise family public housing developments. In their place,
no more 3 miles of high-rises along the Dan Ryan.
That's exactly right. Instead, you're seeing lower density, more integrated, mixed income communities developing, which also, aside from ending the economic and racial segregation that used to exist in these communities, you're also seeing the economic growth feeding off of these redevelopments in the area surrounding them. The part that isn't as visible and that has been more challenging, I think, is the transformation of people's lives, not just the physical landscape. Because at the end of the day,
a lot of almost unimaginable horrors in some of those high-rise projects.
That's exactly right. I mean, the conditions, the impetus for all of this to happen was the horrific living conditions that people were going through. And what's happened is we've now created opportunities for people to integrate into the broader community or come back to the communities that they were in, but in a better, more integrated setting in these mixed income communities. And the CHA over time has increasingly improved the level of supportive service that they're providing to the public housing residents to make sure that these are opportunities being created for people and providing the support for people to get educations, get jobs. So it's really overall a strengthening of the fabric of the city of Chicago. Is the jury out? The jury will always be out. I think the trend that we're in is that we've had a number of great successes. We continue to have challenges, but those challenges present new opportunities. And I think the direction we're going in is absolutely fabulous.
You briefly mentioned lessons learned. Want to share some of those lessons with us?
I think some of the lessons that have been learned have been really focused on how to provide the right level of support for residents, how to interact with the communities a little bit better as we're embarking upon some of these processes. When this all began, there were a lot of people who had more of a NIMBY reaction to what we were trying to undertake. People weren't sure, the unknown, and because this was a radical...
We're at the center of a lot of crossfire.
But there was, and it took a great deal of support from a lot of people to take this to where we're at now. I mean, I will tell you that without Mayor Daley, there never would have been the success. I mean, the mayor really marshaled all of the resources of the city of Chicago behind this plan, and it's been extraordinary. And we've been really fortunate to have partners at the Chicago Housing Authority who we've worked with over the years to really move the plan forward. And right now, dealing with the current CEO of the CHA, Louis Jordan, who is just doing an extraordinary job and a great partner to have, who has brought transparency, accountability, and responsiveness and compassion all together in terms of...
words you never heard associated with the CHA in the past.
But there is a constructive engagement by the leadership of the CHA with all stakeholders across the community that is really allowing this to have the success that we've had.